Good morning, everybody. We've decided to do something slightly different this time and present our short digest as a video format, and that was asked for by our British members. So welcome to everybody, and we will start with some good news this time. For example, if we talk about China, we hear from the network of the agriculture specialists that in March, China-Europe freight trains operated a total of 809 trains. The number of trips per month and outbound trips to China are both historical records. Also some good news from the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic will relax some of the measures taken as of April 14th. And this also includes that the Czechs will be allowed to travel abroad, and more stores are opening, including hardware stores. Moving on to Serbia, the spring season for sowing has just started, and they expect to sow 200,000 hectares of sunflower. In Poland, the problem of shortage of seasonal workers is particularly prevalent in eastern Poland, especially in the soft fruit sector. In addition to a shortage of seasonal work, the soft fruit sector also suffers from drought and night frost, so that soft fruit is expected to be poorly available this year. There is no shortage of labor in the food processing industry though, so that's good news. In France, in general, absenteeism is reported to remain a problem for the proper functioning of the food chain. There are tensions in transports, and sometimes that results in higher prices, and there should be some shortage of the plastic packaging. Fisheries nationally operated only 20% of the normal activity. If we move to Latin America, we will start with Argentina. The government has adopted a strategy of keeping the essential sectors running, and that includes agriculture and food production, which are among the 25 sectors considered to be strategic. For food products, price controls are in place on the domestic market. There are delays in commercial operations because of closure of banks, and on Monday, the 6th of April, Argentina went to a partial default. Chile has announced far-reaching measures for the number of neighborhoods in the capital, Santiago, which is more concerned with the coronavirus infections. The importance of agriculture exports for Chile is great. It is the second most important sector for the country after mining. And the good news as well is that fruit exports to Europe and the US remained intact, even increasing by 6% compared to the previous season, thanks in part to the good sales in the supermarkets and the off-season in Chile compared to Europe and the US. In Peru, also some good news. The area of blueberries nationwide will jump 35% for the 2020-2021 season, reaching a total of almost 15,000 hectares cultivated. If we move to Brazil, also some positive signs there. The Porto de Santos, São Paulo, which is the largest Brazil port and responsible for almost 30% of the trade, works absolutely normally. Now, the last piece of news on today's digest is about North America. So for the United States, according to the Purdue University Center for Commercial Agriculture, farmers are deeply concerned about the impact of the virus on the agricultural sector. 74% of the farmers surveyed are concerned, with serious concern among 40% of them as regards consequences for their profitability. Also, about the United States, 80% of agriculture organizations are reported to have complained about the high cost of shipping containers if those are not returned within a certain free time period. These surcharges also apply if the reason for the delay is the sea freight carrier of the container or the container terminal itself. And finally, in Mexico, on April 5th, the President of Mexico addressed the Mexican people. He aims at creating 2 million jobs in the coming months through infrastructure projects and to expand existing support programs and funds for small farmers and fishermen. The private sector is quite critical of these measures though.